And, I have a wonderful, wonderful co-host, but she's having some technical difficulties. Isa, can you hear us? Can you talk to us? Okay, on the phone, fantastic. So let me start. So guys, my name is Sveta Silverman, Dr. Silverman. And as many, sorry, now people are calling me, so we're done. The cell phone just goes off. I'm getting annoyed and I'm getting short fused. So as most of you know me, or some of you don't know me, I am a doctor. And I'm the doctor you don't want to know because I diagnose cancers for a living. Well, that is why my main mission, actually, I am on a mission to teach health. So why are we here today? Because guys, the most important thing today is health. That's the most important thing today because we're all rattled. We're all rattled, we live in some degree of uncertainty and panic. However, there is a light in this tunnel. I see the light finally. And then what happens to us, it's not only that we need to take care of our health, that's a must. Nothing else matters. But the thing is, how many of us are thinking, how am I going to survive? My clinic is closed, my studio is closed, my hair salon is closed, my job, now I have to work from home. A lot of things are minimized or terminated. What do I do? What are my alternatives? So maybe this is an alternative, maybe not. But at least this is a presentation on health. My story to health did not start with medical schools, one in the Soviet Union and one in Canada. It started with my mom, who passed away from a deadly cancer. That's when my journey started, and I discovered nutrient-dense, healthy foods, which is the foundation. Supplements are not substitutes. They are supplements. They are supplementing for something that is fundamental. What is fundamental? Fundamental is our mind, which is shaken. It is our health, or the foundation of foods, nutrient-dense food. Not the food that comes from the box, but the food that, that actually not only feeds the body, but also makes the body, because the cells is a turnover thing. So if it's a turnover thing, the old ones are dying, but the young ones are coming on board. You need the building blocks for the cells. So, and my journey started in 2004. In 2013, I was introduced to LifeVantage, that's what we're going to talk about, to the product. That's when I discovered the science of what is called cellular upregulators or cellular boosters. And as with every one of us, it's actually started with this. Let me show you something. Guys, if you can, some of you can mute yourself, unless it's Isa Dinnerman. Is it Isa Dinnerman? Can I hear you? So let me show you something, guys. That's how it all started. Just 5 minutes.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals, Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. And we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease,
Yes,
depression.
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have.
And that's what it is, guys. Now, the thing is, as a physician, it kind of spiked my attention when I saw it. However, per se, did I believe in it? I needed the scientific validation, and that's what happened to me. I started learning, and that's what I discovered. You know, I have discovered something that is called NRF2 activation. So as we started, the foundation of health is mind, nutrient-dense food, exercise, please mute yourself, exercise, hydration, and only then you start looking into supplementation or cellular upregulation. It's like tuning the car. Everyone goes through the tune-up of the car, the change of oil. Same thing happens with the cells. However, the cells get old, they get stale. Same thing like with the car. You know, sometimes you start, you know, the older the car gets, you start tuning up your car more often. So now, so what happens is there is a master regulator of the cellular health. It's a protein. Now, how do you turn on this protein which gets old? You turn it different ways. You turn it with good foods. You turn it with exercise, not excessive exercise, but good exercise. I have my very good friend and my yoga teacher on this call. Thank you, Andrea. It's yoga, YOGA, namaste, people. It's your mind that is going to turn your NRF2 and boost your cells. However, we know that the herbs also do this. How do I know? Because I do the research and I read the papers. So as you see here, how do cells age? And this is what we need. Now, as I told you, the most important thing now is tune up our body. Health, that's number one. And number two, well, we're talking about the body. Number two is immune system. What do everybody need today? Boost immune system. Upregulate, tune up your immune system. Well, you need to understand that the immune system is the same cells as the other cells in the body. It's cells and the cells and the cells. Now, you also need to understand that if you're stressed and your cells are undergoing this cellular stress, as you see here, what happens is when you're stressed, the blood is taken away from your immune system. So that's when you need to find the way how to distress. What are your methods and modes of to distress? Or how do you boost that cellular upregulator? That's where this is what causes it, but that's where I discovered studies. I got obsessed. So what happens with NRF2 activation? So this is an NRF2 activator. So the combination of 5 herbs, which are milk thistle, everybody knows milk thistle. Turmeric, everybody knows turmeric. Ashwagandha, some of you know ashwagandha, it's the Indian root. And then there's a green tea, everybody knows green tea, everybody knows the health benefits of a green tea. And then bacopa, which is indigenous, I mean, it's indigenous to many countries. In Alberta, Canada, it is rose hip. So, and that turns on your cellular cleanser. So basically NRF2 turns the switch to cellular vacuum cleaners, number 1. So then, okay, fine, blah, 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 a lot of, see, this is my excitement, because I told you, NRF2 is the master regulator of cellular health. Now, okay, fine, you clean the cells, what else do you need? What is the foundation? Why am I bringing you something today? We're talking about something that is called, we call it an ultimate stock, because that foundation of cellular health is absolutely critical. So we have spoken about this guy, fine. So now we're going to talk about mitochondria. Mitochondria is, it's not only the cell powerhouse, but it's also a control tower. It's a cell control tower because mitochondria regulates our DNA and gives us energy. Now, what happens when we stress? Mitochondria is dirty. Unfortunately, when we age, we'll lose the numbers of mitochondria. You may probably guess that the highest number of mitochondria is not in the skin. It's in the brain. Some of the regions in the brain contains over 2 million mitochondria. And those regions are important for our movements and for our thinking, for our emotions. So now you don't want dirty cells. You don't want less mitochondria. You don't want mitochondria that doesn't function. So you need to clean, you need to boost, and you need to upregulate. So here comes, that's where these 3 comes, because we're talking about this. So now I'm bringing this guy, because again, this guy, look at the, I'm actually sold now more than ever on the ingredients. Quercetin. Quercetin these days is an absolute master regulator of our health, let alone mitochondria. Now, alpha lipoic acid, same thing. It's an absolute must. If you can get it in the combination, in the synergy, or you can get it alone, it's your choice. Mine is to tell you that you need it. Coenzyme Q10. Coenzyme Q10, it's a huge health actor these days in this particular time. But when they're all together, it's amazingness. So it's amazingness. So fine, you started boosting the numbers of mitochondria amongst all the cellular mechanism, because every ingredient in this guy is going to boost the cells in a whole bunch of other ways. Every ingredient, it's a master ingredient. But what we need to do is, now we need to start catalyzing the mitochondrial reactions, of mitochondrial biochemical processes. So a lot of you know the vitamin B3, which is called niacin. And absolutely eat your niacin. Some of you taking niacin, please take it, especially in some of the neurodegenerative conditions. Please do that. Now, when we talk about niacin and vitamin B3, it actually breaks down into more active component, which is called NAD. And NAD is a switch. It's an ignition to the mitochondrial machine. It's like, it's like you can have a Rolls Royce, but if you don't turn on the starter, it ain't going to run. Well, same thing with mitochondria. You need that NAD. So this is your third. That's why those it's called tri-synergizer. It's three, basically it's called, whoops, yeah, making a lot of noise. It's called three pretandems. Why? Well, because when they're in three, they create this synergy, this. That's what they do. Now, let's go more. So let's go more. If I can just start clicking my slides. So let's go more. So what else do we need for the cells? Guys, there's a thing. Everybody knows that. There's a connection of gut, immune system, and the brain. It's a trifecta. Gut, immune system, and brain. Now, if you, gut, I'm talking microgut. So if you don't, first of all, you need to take care of the gut, AKA you need your mitochondria and you need awesome love. I see that. You need to clean the cells and you need to start boosting the cells because again, your gut cells are like your immune cells, are like your brain cells. And then because microgut lives in the gut, then you need to start upregulating, rebooting, reactivating microgut. There's plenty of probiotics on the market, not too many good ones. Are there great ones? Absolutely. I'm not going to say that ours is a great one. Ours is a good one. So, and I like, because I transform, I jump from one version to the other because we have hundreds and hundreds of species in the gut. So that's why mine is always, it's in the progression and succession, and ours work scientifically again. Now, when you talk gut, and again, your probiotics, your microgut is 70% of your immune system, period. And your healthy immune system that turns off some bad stuff, let's don't mention which ones, that bad stuff, the defense to the bad stuff starts in that gut, because this is the first line of the defense. However, we started the presentation with foundation of nutrient-dense foods. You want to eat good, your bugs want to eat good. Your donuts and your steaks are not the food for your microgut. So you either need, it's called prebiotics. So actually great chocolate, dark bitter chocolate, or your berries, or your chicory, or your dandelion, or your proper artichoke, or your Jerusalem artichoke, or your onions, they are the foods for your microgut. Or you can get it in the already pre-formulated form that is called prebiotic. But whether you're taking the prebiotic in like foods or in already sort of, easygoing, pre-formulated, amazing stuff, it's up to you. So we're done. So this is awesome. Now, what else do we need? What else is an absolute must in the cells? To me, vitamin D is an absolute must in the cells, and fish oils. And here the vegan, I'm a vegan and I eat plenty of omegas. The next lecture probably is going to be solitary on olive oil and olive leaf. And we have the olive leaf in this thing. We don't pay attention. We usually talk about olive oil. We don't talk about the leaves, the whole plant, the olive tree, which is absolutely amazing. However, for the cell membranes, we need cellular membranes. We need that intactness. We need that fluidity. We need that continuity of that cell membranes. And for that matter, you need fish oils. because when we squeeze proper fishes, that's the thing. The fish has to be proper, aka it has to be cold water, it has to be small, and it has to be oily. So you need to know where it's coming from. And it has to be compacted properly, because you put it in the bottle, you open the bottle, it's rancid because you introduce free radicals. So your fish oils are very, very important. Now, the thing is ours distinct? Not exactly, but it's awesome. Why? Because it contains vitamin D. It contains the proper combination of omegas, aka EPA and DHA. But the interesting thing about ours is our EPA is bigger than DHA. I mean, DHA, some very good fish oils contain more DHA than EPA, but EPA versus DHA, it's a good thing for cardiovascular system, a very good thing for cardiovascular system. So the combination of those fish oils on top of additional vitamin D, this also has omega-7. Omega-7 is great to boost the metabolism. So, and this basically what I wanted to convey in terms of, to me, this is just a must addition to health. On top of whatever I told you before, I told you mind, food, exercise, water, and then upregulation and supplementation. So I am done, and I would really like Isa to jump on it if she can, and you can even call me. I can put you on the phone so you can take over the presentation if you want, sweetie. Because we can hear you. Okay, we can hear you.
Okay. My computer decided, everyone, to not work on the audio. So here we are on the phone.
It's temperamental.
Yes. So Sveta, thank you so much for that information. You know, I always learn so much from you each time, and it isn't more relevant. It couldn't be more relevant than it is in this moment. But I just wanted to introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Isa Dinerman, and I'm in Prescott, Arizona. I've been a part of LifeVantage for 3 years now, three years and a few months. And the best part of LifeVantage is the relationships like I have formed with Dr. Silverman, with Sveta. We become friends. And, you know, if we can't share this information, you know, and learn from each other right now, you know, it's just the greatest gift of support. And so when I saw this, I was a shop owner. I was a skincare shop owner. And I had a couple of locations, and I was introduced to this, and I'd never heard of NRF2 activation. I loved entrepreneurship, loved having my shops. I was doing skincare in them, treatments, and you know, and it was heavily retail based. And I started to see that what I thought was leverage, I started to see that really shift, because people started to come in and wanting to buy the products that I sold. If I was out of a certain product, they would just go to the online, you know, the main site. And I started to really see retail shift. And as an entrepreneur, I thought, how can we get ahead of this? What is happening? How is this changing? And so when I learned about LifeVantage, I kind of put this in my back pocket, because I'd become a mom at about 42 years old. I was trying to shift into possibly selling. And after I finally sold, 4 years after I heard about this, I was doing a yoga retreat in Costa Rica, of all places. And I heard about this again from a guest. And it really caught my attention, because I thought, if this has come back into my realm again 4 years later, and here I am in Costa Rica hearing about it from a nutritionist, I have to take a look. And so that's what I did. And so the information that I really dove into is exactly what Sveta is sharing with you right now. I have to say that as an entrepreneur, after selling my stores, I knew that I was looking for a way to be home with my daughter and to create something again, but not a brick and mortar. I knew I didn't want that. And so when I dove into LifeVantage and what it is and the timing and all of that was what really spoke to me. So Sveta, I'm not sure if I'm speaking to slides, but I'm just gonna talk about.
No, I just wanted people to see you. So I will start sharing.
Perfect.
I really wanted people to see a beautiful face.
You're wonderful. Thank you. So, what I saw, everyone, is that this is the perfect meld. I knew that I wanted these products in my body for all the reasons that you just heard about from Sveta, but I also saw that, this is the perfect meld of something that I could do on my terms. It's social sharing. We have a virtual office. So this is what I was saying. I didn't want a brick and mortar again, but the idea of having a virtual online franchise was so attractive to me. And then having all of that support taken care of for me. So as far as how you can make money, we get paid when we are sharing this weekly and we get paid monthly. And the person that invited you can get you more information about that. But suffice to say that we're the only company that is doing this technology right now and bringing it to market. So we're at the forefront of this trend. So LifeVantage is hardly known about in Canada and the US. And yet there's been such a high increase in wellness sales. And also in studies from, on PubMed.gov, which Sveta mentioned earlier, where doctors go in studies on oxidative stress. So this is what people are studying, yet the science in our company is hardly known about. So the opportunity is incredible. And if this does interest you simply as a customer with several products, or perhaps as a business like it did to me, you can come in on a pack. And the packs are significantly discounted. We have 3 different choices. For me, the platinum pack was the best choice because I knew that I wanted to go all in. I was all in on this. And the thought of getting all of this product with only $50 of that total is not in product. And that really attracted me because I thought I can get all of this in me and in my family, I can share it. And yet I have an online business. So pretty amazing. So this is our income disclosure sheet, and we are a publicly traded company. We are on the NASDAQ, and all of this is available on our website, and it shows you the levels of income that we can be paid. Pro 3 is our foundational rank, which is really amazing, and that is $5,000 of organizational volume a month, which is, it's incredible when you see how many people want these products, that's completely doable. So I'm a Pro 5 now, and that is something that I'm really proud of, not because of me, but because of who I've shared this with and the changes that it's made in their lives, and people that are doing this along with us as consumers or as affiliates. Pretty amazing. So if you're wondering if you can do this, the answer is absolutely yes, because you need a system, and we have that. We have a simple system. It's called wtih, and the person that invited you can tell you more about it, but we have webinars like this weekly, several times a week, that you can share with people. You can share different touch videos off of your app. We can run this whole mobile business from an app, everyone. And how wonderful is it that we can be, designing our lifestyle and still be sharing such amazing news and building something, especially in a time that we are needing to be home. I've been home with my daughter now. She's 10, and she has been home since March, and we're doing school here. I'm working. It's I couldn't be more blessed, though. I have to say, I could not be more blessed right now. So Sveta, thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
Plus, guys, when you present something like that, when do you see those 2 coolest glasses ever? Have you seen coolest glasses ever than like mine or Isa's? So thank you. I needed to complete the thing with a joke. Guys, I think, the thing is, I honestly love to present with Isa, and we usually break it down into the small components. So today, let's say we were talking about intrinsically cellular health. Lisa is an esthetician, or X1, well, X, never X. So we love, maybe next a little presentation is going to be on skincare line and hair care line exclusively, because I don't know about you people, I'm in Alberta, I have 10 fingers and it's about 10 cracks for now. Plus, how many of us are using, Mary is laughing, I know, because she works outside, because now with all the, I don't know about you and sanitizers, I have my own sanitizer. I basically make my own, or I just simply wash my hands. But how many times a day do we wash our hands? So I think having a good skincare products is so essential for our health, because whatever you put in the skin is going to absorb into your body. So I think our presentation, I will invite you to attend, Isa and I, for skin. And then I'm pretty sure we'll go deep into gut and microgut. And then we just love doing this together. It's number one, educational. So guys, thank you for joining us. And